What is your goal for what you do? I mean, what's your vision and mission?
The main message that I would, in all my songs, is that God will take you as you are.
Hi, this is Cindy Chase from Coffee Connections podcast. Thank you so much for joining us again this week. We're so happy that you're here. We have a very special guest this week. His name is Trevor Toews, and some people pronounce it Trevor Toews, but he is a gospel country singer, and he has his guitar with him. And so I'm going to talk to Trevor, find out what inspires him. He's written many songs that is available for you to download for free and to share with your friends or to listen to on your favorites, on your playlist. So we'll have all that in the description below this video, but stay tuned and we'll have a chat with Trevor, find out what inspires him and how he comes up with the songs that he writes. I think he said he wrote over 400 songs, something like that, 460 or something. So we'll definitely pick Trevor's brain, pun intended. We have a newsletter coming out in just a week or so for the beginning of April. And we have a community board. So there are 2 or 3 events that we are announcing for our tribe members. If you are a tribe member, which means you've been interviewed on our podcast, and you have some events or some news that you want to share, new products or whatever, you can post it in our newsletter. And so you can contact me on the website, on the contact page, and just write it in the details what you would like me to put in there. What else? If you haven't already subscribed to the newsletter, now would be a good time to do that, and that way you will automatically get it. You don't actually have to be a tribe member to subscribe. Hello and welcome to Coffee Connections podcast. My name is Cindy Chase and I have a very special guest with me today. Actually, I'm at his place, so I'm with him, I suppose. His name is Trevor Toews, and unless you're a Mennonite, then he is Trevor Toews. Welcome, Trevor.
Thank you very much, Cindy.
Tell us how you first started in the music industry.
Well, I guess it was back in 2018. I mean, I've always written songs, and my parents took me down to Nashville to do a record in 1983.
So when did you first start playing guitar?
I started dabbling at 16, but I bought my first guitar. It was similar to this, but it was a Fender, the 12-string.
Did your parents play?
Yeah, organ, ukulele. They were into music, they were into drama and stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but it wasn't something that I caught on to until after I accepted Jesus, and then it was almost like the cat was let out of the bag kind of a thing.
Wow.
But I started writing songs in earnest, it seemed, and not of my own compulsion. I had a double carpal tunnel surgery 6 months apart back started around the 1st of 2018.
What was that from?
Just like I'm a mechanic,
Oh.
so
Yes.
wrenches and
Right.
repetitive movements, and
Right.
it tends to tighten up that band around your nerve sheath going into your hand. And so when I'd be reaching up to tighten or loosen a bolt or take down a component,
Right.
my arm would start falling asleep.
Wow.
And this one mostly, and this one a little bit. So the doctor sent me for some tests, and that led on to having the double surgery, and which was tremendous, by the way. And I've got a doctor's name if anybody's ever interested.
Nice.
He's
Nice.
just super guy.
Wow.
And then while I was recuperating, it like I have my devotions with the Lord every morning, and it was like he spoke to me in that small, still voice inside, and he said, "Son, how would you like to do something for me?" Of course, being a little bit cautious and knowing that the Lord sends us sometimes where we don't want to go, or we think we don't want to go,
Yeah.
I said, what is it?
Depends.
Depends, yeah. And he said, "Do you want to do it?"
Yeah.
So he wasn't going to tell me until I said,
Exactly.
"Okay, it's clinched.
Exactly.
I'll do it." And I was getting ready to be shipped off to Africa or something like
I
that,
know,
you know.
right?
But so he said, "How would you like to write some songs?"
Oh, wow.
I said, "Write songs? I haven't written many without help before."
Yeah.
He said, "But if you'll guide me and train me and provide people to train me and bring me along, sure." So, and I won't even say ending up to today, but at this point today, there's 460 songs on my website.
Wow. So when you write 400 and how many songs?
60.
460 songs, do you write music to go with them? Or are these?
Most often, if I don't, I forget the melody. Like, because in my head, quite often a lot of these songs, I'll be woken up about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and there'll be a rhyme, or a theme.
Okay.
In my heart, in my head, and there'll be a little bit of a melody,
Really?
just to get me started, and then but if I go back to sleep, I have lost it totally. So I have to get up at that time, write it all down, and then I go into one of my software programs and create a very rudimentary musical track.
And what software program would that be?
Band in a Box.
Band in the Box.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then I go from there, and I put that on 𝐾𝐞𝐬𝐭𝐢𝐴𝐽. And within
What is that? 𝐾𝐞𝐬𝐿.
it's another software program
Okay.
that is very, very good for blending, creating different sounds or different effects. But then from then on, that's where it allows me to, like, I'll usually multiply my voice, my melody voice, about 8 times. And it's sometimes, like, I'm at a point now where when I go into the chorus of a song, I will add some chorus effect on the one line, and then shut it off until I get there, and then activate it, and then shut it off when it gets back into another verse or something like that.
Wow.
It's really sweet.
Wow.
But there's different sub-programs, like one Melodyne, where I can cheat. If I'm having not so much a scratch in my voice, but if I have a semitone up or a half a semitone up or down, flat or sharp,
You can adjust
I
that?
can correct that right on the spot. And it's so awesome. And in doing that, then I also, like, I sing the melody line, and then if I'm happy with that, then I'll go back and I'll record a
Alto version or different?
harmony.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And as many as
that's
many as
cool.
my range can handle.
Right.
And I haven't got a very big range. So sometimes what I have to do, if I feel there is a high harmony that I want to achieve, then I could just go sing "The cat chased the dog," and then I can change each of those words to a different note.
Oh.
So to the cat has a dog.
Is this on your phone or on a laptop?
It's on my desktop.
Desktop.
Yeah. And then I get it all mixed up the way I think it should sound, or at least in my heart. And then I save it all and then post it up on my site. And of course, I apply to SOCAN for copyright protection there. I submit it for copyright protection.
What is your goal for what you do? I mean, what's your vision and mission?
Well, like you mentioned earlier, trust and obey.
Yes.
And that's all that God really gives me. I never even thought that I would be involved with the Native churches. Like, I go to the First Nations Alliance Church.
Okay.
Beautiful, beautiful people. And you don't have to You don't have to jockey for position or fight to be in a certain position. They seem to recognize a person's gifting and let you flow in it. So it's like I say, I wouldn't have never have expected to be there.
How did you come to find that place?
Well, I was very frustrated with the and I don't know if anybody out there in the white audience will be offended at this, but I was sick and tired of the white churches. Just not because of the whiteness, because I got no native in me at all, but I was sick and tired of the concert. Like a lot of the bigger churches nowadays, they got lights going flashing, they got lasers shooting around, they got smoke coming out of everywhere, and the music is so loud you can't, or at least I can't, get into a place where I can worship God. I love going to Christian concerts. I absolutely love it, and I've gone to my fair share of them. But when I go to church, I want to meet with God, and I don't want anything to have to compete with my attention for Him. And I was just in my devotional time one day. I was, Father, I'm so tired of this, and I don't want to be negative. I don't want to have to fight or ask for this, ask for that. Have you got a place for me to go where I can fellowship with like-minded folks? And immediately, just the idea of the native church came to mind. Oh, okay. Well, of course, I went and asked Uncle Google if native churches, native gospel churches in Edmonton, and this one came up, and it's been a beautiful journey with them.
How long? Oh, so it's a couple of years now. 4 years, because
yeah. So I think it was just after I had my surgeries, and after I had finished recuperating, and I was just able to start playing my guitar again.
Right. So, how long were you off on rest?
Well, probably about a year.
Oh wow.
Yeah, six months for this. Although about this hand, it was a month after I had the surgery until I went back to work. I was going to physio.
Yes.
And then this one, it was 6 weeks. I don't know why, because this was the one mostly affected.
Oh wow.
But strange things about our bodies and
yeah, exactly. Isn't God amazing?
Yeah. And in the meantime, meeting different people that I met and had a chance to share the Lord with them or tell them about my music. And so it's, I'm definitely no Garth Brooks or any of the other artists, and I have no designs to be famous. Yeah. I just want to be where God opens hearts for people to have me. Yeah. Obviously, I'd love to. I will probably be retiring sooner than later.
From your day job
next year. Yep. And then at that point, I'd like to get out and just sing my lungs out to wherever anybody will have me.
So will you travel and travel across Canada maybe? And
I would like to.
And maybe sing in different churches along the way?
I would love to.
Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah, it would. And although I've written a number of what I consider worship songs, one of which I'll probably do today.
Good.
Probably be more of a concert, but it's something that the Lord has touched my heart with, and then given me a message about it to share through song. And so, I have been getting out and doing a fair bit of singing already. I've got a concert or a jamboree coming up. It's a native gospel jamboree, Friday night and all day Saturday.
Okay.
And then also there's a jamboree that's called Camp Canaan Land. Oh. And then a native group from 𝐾𝐞𝐬𝐿, they put it on, which is about two hours northeast of us. Okay. And they go to, there's a kind of like an outdoor concert area and a bandstand, covered bandstand that they created, built, I don't know how many years ago, but they have this Camp Canaan Land every year.
And when is that?
This year it will be the third weekend of June. But, beautiful people, beautiful people. They've got a big heart and a concern for their folks in the city that are down and out and on the street and things like that.
Yeah.
And I watch Tribal Trails an awful lot.
Okay, yeah.
And whenever they have something in there about somebody who used to be on the street, they say, you know, Jesus made himself real to me. And that's what changed my life.
Right.
As far as myself goes, before I had accepted the Lord, I was going to school in Calgary, and there were these couple of, I'll call them crazy Mennonite boys. Oh, they loved their fun. They were laughing all the time. And that's one of the things that drew me, because up to that point, I was so reclusive and unsure about everything in my life. I wasn't willing to venture out anywhere. I didn't want to be hurt.
Yeah.
I was a bit messed up then too. As I was going to school, I wanted to kind of cut ties with Dad. But anyways, these two crazy Mennonite fellas, they were in my class, and they said to me, Robert, if you ever want to know about God, who he is, and what he expects of your life, what he's got for your life, just read the Bible. Just read the Bible. And I said, where? It's a big book.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. God's big enough to guide you and lead you. And he'll give you understanding, whether it be supernatural understanding from the word in the Bible, or he'll send you somebody, or send you to somebody who has got a good sound base. And so it was in 1980, the fall of 1980, April or August the 2nd, and where I'd long string of ruined relationships, put it that way. And I just wanted, and I knew about God because my parents raised me as Lutheran. But I said, God, I'm just so fed up with this. It's probably only because I have an aversion to pain that because I wanted to just be done with life. I wanted to get out of this life. I figured, oh, wouldn't it just be sweet if I could just die in my sleep, just all this behind me. I never thought of slashing my wrists or overdosing or anything like that, but I was definitely an escapist.
Wow.
I was so insecure. So then when I accepted the Lord, repented of so many things, and I went through that whole thing, and there was tears of sorrow, there was then the tears of joy, of the filling up of his presence. It was so sweet. And it still happens nowadays. Not so much the repenting, because I have, and it's not a proud thing, it's not a boastful thing at all, but it's where the Lord has brought me. I know my place, and it's not on top of the mountain. It's just with him. And because of that, one of the songs that I would like to do today too is called He Will Take You As You Are.
This camera, if you're looking at something.
I know you've never seen him, the maker of the heavens. I know you've never seen the maker of the sea. Yet I know you know he's there to heal your broken heart. I know you know he waits to be invited to your heart. I know you've heard him calling sweet and low. I know you've seen his handiwork wherever you go. Even though you pass him by, still he waits for you. Won't you trust him with your life? He will make it new. He this I know, so much that he died for you, he died for all your sin. Even though he reigns supreme with power and might, still he waits to hear from you, to call him both day and night. I know you'll never find someone as good and kind as him. If you give your heart to him, he will take you in. While there's time, just call on him, call his name out loud. Call on Jesus to forgive your each and every sin. All of heaven waits for you to become born again. There are many waiting there who came to him like you. He will take you as you are, he's never far away. There's no sin he can't forgive if you will come today. He will take you as you are, he loves you, this I know, so much that he died for you, he died for all your sin. Yes, he loves you very much, he'll take you as you are.
Wow. Do you have a message or anything you want to tell the viewers?
Well, I have that first song, like when you had asked me when we touched, and that was a move of God too, I believe.
How we met.
How we met.
I know.
Parking lot. We were looking for a taco time for supper.
Oh, were you?
Yeah. So again, asked Uncle Google, where's the closest taco time?
Yeah.
Well, right in Mayfield Commons. So we were going in there, and Mayfield Common being kind of like following a dog on a rabbit chase.
Yeah.
And so I stopped and pulled over on the non-thoroughfare area.
Yeah.
And then that's when we were just about ready to go again.
Yeah.
And then
Somebody
and then
banged
I saw
on your truck.
I saw you in my rear view. Oh, should I? Oh.
Well, let me tell
What
my
did I do?
version
What
of
did I
the
do
story.
wrong here?
So I was just heading home from the gym, I think, go to Planet Fitness over there, and I saw your bumper sticker that said Cowboy, asked me about Cowboy Church. And so I was like, hey, and I love God, so I love church. So I followed you, and you weren't slowing down, and then I saw you pull over, so I quickly pulled up kind of to the left of you, got out of my car, and just as I was going to walk up to your door and knock on your window, you started to pull away, so I knocked on your truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
You must have thought I was nuts.
No, because I'm used to God doing the most unusual.
Yeah.
With whoever will let him.
Wonderful, yeah.
It is, and the main message that I would, in all my songs, is that God will take you as you are, whether you're a jerk, whether you think you're sinless, whether you think you're a good old boy, a good old girl. As the Bible says, we are sinners because all of our attention is focused on ourselves. And but even then, when we become Christians, we don't become perfect.
Nope.
There's a little bit of self-centeredness that can sometimes creep in if we don't guard our heart like the Bible says to do. And it's work. It's work, this relationship with Jesus. But I tell you, the rewards are figuratively, reality out of this world. Yeah, I mean, there's a few things where he blesses us from time to time here and there, but he doesn't call us to be a rock star. He doesn't call us to be a CEO. He doesn't call us to rule over people. He calls us to serve him. And when we're good with that, then the world is our place to serve.
Right.
And we're not supposed to love the world or the things of the world, but we're to use the things of the world to reach out to people who don't know him. There is a heaven and a hell. There really is. A lot of people want to try and soft sell this today, saying, no, there can't be a hell because that goes against every grain of God's goodness. Well, the Bible says, know therefore the goodness and the severity of God. You know, severity upon those who are disobedient to him. And the only thing we have to be concerned about as far as being obedient to him is recognizing we're a sinner, recognizes that Jesus died for all of our sins, and that 3, we have to make that choice to ask his forgiveness and ask Jesus to come in. And I know, my friend, you will not regret it. You will not regret it. I believe that all of the songs that God has given me are meant to stir the strings in your heart, to remind you that God does love you.
Yeah.
And he's got a special place for each one of us.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. What are you going to sing for us?
And this is Sitting Here Thinking, I Worship You. Sitting here thinking what's been and what's to come. I can't help but wonder the life that I've come from. I can see you've held my life in the hollow of your hands. Everywhere I've been, you've been there working all your plans. And there's no need for me to fear, for I know you'll be there. Here my heart is yours forever, yours forevermore. I worship you, my Lord, in the midst of all my days. I worship you, my King, through the good and through the bad, my Lord, I'll always worship you. Sitting here thinking, my mind it wanders on, shrouded in wonder, my cares are all gone. Humbled that you've offered mercy for each and every sin, excited over promises that make me want to sing. Who am I to be the focus of your wondrous care? I am nothing to deserve this loving grace you share. I worship you, my Lord, in the midst of all my days. I worship you, my King, through the good and through the bad, my Lord, I'll always worship you. I worship you, my Lord, in the midst of all my days. I worship you, my King, through the good and through the bad, my Lord, I'll always worship you. Through the good and through the bad, my Lord, I'll always worship you.
Wow. I'm going to be singing that tune on my way home.
All the songs on my website too, because when the Lord asked me to go about this, I know I'm no Garth Brooks or anything, so I said, Lord, should I be charging for this at all? Do you want me to do that? Because I don't expect to be rich and famous from it.
Yeah.
He said, no, make them all free for now.
Yeah.
He said, for now.
Yeah.
So if you want these songs free, you better get on it.
And we'll have all the links to access all that wonderful music. Thank you so much, Trevor. I appreciate you allowing me to come into your home and share you with the viewers.
Thank you very much. It's been exciting, nerve-wracking, cool. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you for what you do too.
I appreciate that. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, viewers. Come again. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye. God bless you all.
If you haven't already liked and subscribed to our YouTube channel, I don't know why not. Maybe this is your first time watching our podcast. Please like and subscribe. Share with your friends. It's all about building a community so that if you need to know information, you'll have a place to go to find it. If you need some information about a certain topic or industry, hopefully we'll be able to provide that information for you.
Hey there, it's Cece. Did you know we have a Coffee Connections monthly newsletter? It's packed with insights, tips, and special offers from our amazing tribe members, the business owners and experts who've been featured on our podcast. Stay inspired, discover new opportunities, and make valuable connections right from your inbox. Don't miss out. Click the link in the description below to subscribe and be part of our growing community.
So I just want to say thank you to Trevor for being my guest this week. Trevor has an event that he's playing at. It's called the Native Gospel Jamboree. It's on March 28th and 29th at Lakewood Community Hall. It starts at 7 p.m. and that's on the Friday and on the Saturday. If anybody's interested, check out the description below this video and I'll have some more information, contact phone number that you can get more information on. So thanks again, Trevor. Thank you, folks, for being my guest. Thank you for watching this show, and pray that you have a great week, and take care. Bye.